Hey Ma, do you know what burst my bubble?
What burst your bubble?
OCD text messages to the entire planet.
Why would you do that?
So, when I'm at the gym, I often get persecutory delusions, and I send OCD text messages to friends, family,
But you said...
psychiatrists,
Yeah,
doctors, fountain house people. I basically send text
Everybody.
messages to the entire world.
Okay, but think about that. Think about what are people thinking when they get those text messages.
Some of them are probably annoyed and they say, I wish Andrew would stop texting me. Others are probably saying to themselves, Andrew's having a crisis again or something like that.
And you're worrying about socialization and how you're socializing and things like that when you're not at the gym, and you want those things to happen, but you're not in the arena for them to happen. You're not putting yourself in the right places to move forward. You keep going back to and doing those texts.
Interestingly enough, the OCD text messages, usually as persecutory, I accuse people of conspiring to give me the HIV scare, usually my parents or ex-girlfriend or somebody like that. And it seems like I send it at the same time every day when I'm on the treadmill.
So leave your phone home.
And my adrenaline is pumping. But unfortunately, when I work out on the treadmill, I have an app on my phone, YouTube Music, and it requires data. So you kind of need the phone. I need the phone for the music, yet I don't want to send text messages when I'm on the treadmill because
Get off.
yeah, it's hard. Somebody suggested an old school iPod, but I don't.
Yes.
But I know that sounds good in theory, but YouTube Music.
That's what I use.
Yeah, I know. So some people say leave the phone in the car.
See, it's excuses. Go to the Best Buy, buy yourself an old school iPod, and do that. Don't make excuses for
because but then you have to purchase. Regardless, I need to find a way. Regardless of whether I use self-control, regardless if I find a way to, but I need to find a way to not send so many text messages because I'm ruining friendships. Well, like my friendship with some of the people present day, even friendships from people from years ago. Like the guy from the Fountain House, for example. Don't mention his name, but he hasn't gotten lunch with me since I started sending him those obsessive text messages, and I think I ruined my friendship with him. You know what I mean? Because because I'm sending these text messages.
People are afraid. People are afraid that you're in the middle of a crisis, and they can't be responsible for that, and they can't be involved in that. So if you want to see that you're doing well, you send a text message to friends individually, like an adult person that's doing the work, and show, oh, I went here today and I'm doing well, and I'm doing what I need to do to be well. That's the way people come back. And if you meet a girl online...
Yeah, no, there was somebody many years ago, he was saying, I think it was a metaphor for mental health. In his old neighborhood, he was known as a rough and tough kind of person. And he reformed his ways and he became a good guy. And then when he went back into his old neighborhood, people still thought of him as the rough and tough individual. That's kind of how people are.
You don't want to label yourself.
You don't want people to think of you as you were. You want people to see you've evolved as a person and aren't the rough and tough person you once were. You know what I mean? And I guess that's the same goes for being mentally ill. You want to show people you've recovered, and you don't want people to think of you as a mentally ill person in crisis. You want them to think of you as a recovered...
And there's stigma as it is with mentally ill people.
Right.
There is. People put stigma. And it's not like, oh, I have mental retardation or I have autism it's different. And it's not fair, but you don't want to put more stigma on yourself.
Right.
So take it down, leave it in the car, and move forward in the groups and in the things that are going to move you forward.
Because the OCD text messages are ruining my friendships.
They are.
They literally are. They've
and destroying your family.
And destroying my family, too. And that is
what it is.